Yo, Hammer fam, welcome back to HammeredHead. We got back-to-back Droid Factory Build-a-Droid series droids with Chopper, C110P, and Mining Facility Disguise. This is the first one in the Series 2, these Build-a-Droid guys. And I'm pretty psyched for it. I like that we're getting a fun little variant of a beloved character. So that's pretty cool. Pretty good hardback image. There's not really a whole lot going on in the background, but it's a great image of Chopper himself up here. It looks like it's from the show. Maybe not, I don't know, but it looks good. And there he is in there. He looks very bright and colorful. And then there's the droid part in there. Alright. All different types of droids populate the Star Wars galaxy. Each droid is different and has their own unique personality and colors. This droid can be found aboard Freighter 2716 in Theos Station. Join Chopper on his adventures throughout the galaxy. May the Force be with you and your droids. We got a little technical readout, and we're going to be building RX-01. This is a classic Rex droid. I think he originated from Star Tours. He was the pilot of Star Tours back in the day. But this one, I think, is the bus driver and skeleton crew. That's pretty cool that we're getting another skeleton crew figure. Now we'll have 2 total in this scale, which is great. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't remember a whole lot about this episode from Rebels, but I do like it every time they paint up Chopper for like disguises and stuff, so really psyched to get this guy out there. Let's take a look. All right, there he is, Chopper in his mining facility disguise. I think this guy looks pretty good. I don't think he looks quite as good sculpt-wise as the vintage collection ones, but we'll look at those a little bit later. But that being said, he's still pretty well done figure. Really fun sculpt. He's got the 3 little eyes up here, which are painted kind of differently, which is nice. He's got, I don't know if that's a paint issue or actual intended weathering, but he's got a little ding in there, which is what it is. Head moves really smoothly. It's actually a little bit loose, to be honest, but it's not a big deal. Let's see, does it disconnect? Yep, head does come off, classic Build-a-Droid style. Get some paint under there. Yeah, pretty good shade of yellow. I think it's an interesting color that we don't get too often in Star Wars, which is really fun overall. Decent amount of paint and colors all the way around too. So you see different shades on the panels all around here. I really like this one, like this little bronze plate they just kind of like stapled to the front of him to hold something in. That's pretty fun looking. I like it's all canted a little bit. And then, yeah, some good wiring here. Overall, just decent detail. Again, it's not necessarily vintage collection standard, but as far as Droid Factory figures go, this guy's pretty well done, I think. A lot of different paints and colors went into making this guy. So this is the mold that has actually multiple points of articulation on these arms, which is cool. So you can get a lot of expression there. It goes forward and a few different points on the arm itself, and then head just goes back and forth, and then legs obviously do their thing, and then this little wheel spins really well, and it does come out all the way, so you can just completely remove it and then plop the guy down like that. And now, by way of comparison, here's 2 of the vintage collection ones right by him. So for starters, obviously the Droid Factory one is significantly larger. I don't think it's too big to the point that it's becoming detrimental to the, realism of the figure. But it's definitely noticeable. I think if they're not next to each other, you're not going to know. But side by side, they're definitely, have different sizes. And then the other thing that I like better about the vintage collection one is you can tilt the head on these guys. Get a lot of expression out of that. The Droid Factory one obviously does not, just side to side. But then other than that, paintings are pretty similar. You can see that when they put him in disguise, he's a little bit more cleaned up than in like his regular one. He's all dirty and weathered up and stuff. But yeah, there you go. And then yeah, the radar dish at the top is painted on this mining one. Does it come out? I don't think it comes out. Oh, it does come out. Yeah, so you can take that out. I think it looks really weird without it, but you can take it out. And then I don't know what that little circle is up there. Yeah, so just generally not as much detail on the Droid Factory one, but it does have the extra articulation here, and then I'm trying to see if this arm comes out. It really looks like it's supposed to come out. Yeah, so the arm does come out on both figures. It's really just a single point of articulation, just goes back and forth. But on the Vintage Collection one, you'll notice it's same with the arms on the top. It's more of a metallic-y gray. Droid Factory one, they're just straight black. And then something I'm noticing, this arm is super loose, which is kind of annoying me. It keeps flopping down. So just watch out for that, I guess. And last but not least, accessories. Apologize for the glare there. It's just what we've known to come to know and love for these Droid Factory guys. We get the collector card. It's a pretty good portrait shot here. Look at that. It's like an official portrait. And then really great action shot on the back here. I think this looks awesome. So good choice on this image. Disguised in yellow and black, Chopper, Ezra, and Sabine infiltrate the Empire's freighter 2716 to discover the Empire's plan on building something big. Droid-class astromech, height 0.99 meters, affiliation Rebel Alliance. This is a pretty good card as far as these go. I think it's one of the good ones. And then here is the droid part. It's the main body for RX-01. Looks like this might be a oh, look! You can pull his neck out already, so his head's gonna pop up and down, I guess. Yeah. So nothing really crazy here. Just looks like an engine or something. We'll see how it looks when we get the rest of the pieces. So that's Chopper in Mining Facility Disguise. I think it's a pretty good one. I like the Chopper repaints, all the ones we've gotten so far. I think they all look pretty fun. And I like getting those deep cuts from Rebels. I don't know if it's really a deep cut, but you know, the one-off episode figures where you never think you would get, but you know, we're getting them. So pretty cool. I don't think it's my favorite of these Build-a-Droid Droid Factories, but it's definitely, I think, one of the cooler ones, and I think it's going to look really fun in a display. And also, I'm super excited to see this RX droid. I'm glad to have another skeleton crew figure coming up in this scale. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you, my Patreon subscribers. Be sure to follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out the Patreon page, and don't forget, stay hammered.